Every November, a man named Arthur makes a deliberate financial decision that defies all logic. He walks into a local pawn shop and deliberately slides a pristine diamond ring across the scratched glass. He hands over the ring in exchange for a $4,000 loan. Exactly 90 days later, he returns to the shop. He pays the maximum interest, laying down $6,000 in crisp bills to buy the exact same ring back. This cyclical timeline graphic maps Arthur's precise cash flow. You can see the positive influx of $4,000 in November, followed by a $6,000 outflow in February. Arthur willingly takes a permanent $2,000 deficit per cycle. Arthur has no gambling addiction. He owes nothing to loan sharks. He executes a flawless, agonizing cycle of self-imposed financial ruin on purpose. The pawnbroker, Ray, has spent 25 years reading people. He watches hands shake to spot hidden addictions, and he watches how jewelry hits the glass to spot messy divorces. But Arthur completely broke his perfect system. For 5 consecutive years, the pawn shop transaction never deviated. November 12th, Arthur took the loan. February 12th, he bought the ring back. Over those 5 years, Ray watched his client physically degrade. His crisp, tailored coat severely frayed. His cheeks sank. Eventually, he stopped driving and started walking to the shop in the freezing rain, his shoes literally taped together at the soles. Ray began losing sleep. He felt like a parasite facilitating this slow, agonizing drain on a man's life force. He could not understand why Arthur refused to simply sell the ring permanently and escape the bleed. The strict mathematics of the pawnshop ledger were extracting a lethal, escalating physical cost on a man who had no rational reason to endure it. As the 8th November approached, Ray made a decision. He was going to intervene and break the pattern. When Arthur slid the velvet box across the glass this time, Ray kept the register closed. He placed his heavy hand flat on the box, pushed it slowly back toward Arthur, and told him to keep the ring and fix his life. Ray expected to see relief. Instead, Arthur panicked. He grabbed the edges of the counter and violently shoved the velvet jewelry box back across the glass. Arthur's voice cracked with absolute desperation. He told Ray he needed the $4,000 that exact day, or a woman was going to die. If he took the ring back to his house, it would ruin everything. Ray locked the front door and pulled down the blinds. The eruption of pure terror immediately shattered his assumption of a standard financial problem, and he finally forced Arthur to explain what was happening. The woman Arthur spoke of was his wife, Eleanor. They had been married for 40 years. Eleanor suffered from a rare, severe form of cyclical dementia. Cyclical dementia is a condition where a patient experiences prolonged periods of total mental clarity, followed by predictable, drastic cognitive decline. For 9 months of the year, she was perfectly lucid. But every winter, as the days grew short and the light vanished, her mind fractured. She became terrified, prone to wandering out into the freezing snow, unable to even recognize her own husband. Keeping her safe required a highly specialized private facility. The seasonal cost was exactly $4,000. Arthur's small pension fell short. They had drained their life savings years ago. Eleanor's wedding ring remained their only valuable asset, standing between her and state custody. The November transaction provided the non-negotiable ransom required to keep his wife alive through the harsh winter. Ray asked the obvious question. If Arthur needed the money for medical care, why absorb a massive $2,000 loss to buy the ring back every February instead of permanently selling it? Arthur explained the biology of mid-February. As the seasons changed, the winter fog would lift, and Eleanor's mind would miraculously clear. Every time she woke up, the very first thing she did was look at her left hand. That wedding ring served as her anchor to verify that her life was still intact. If she woke up and the ring was gone, she would instantly realize they were bankrupt. The crushing guilt of the financial burden placed on her husband would destroy her months of clarity. Arthur worked off the book's labor and starved himself all winter to pay a steep price. He bought his wife a 3-month illusion of financial safety and dignity. Ray sat in silence. The bizarre mathematics of the ledger finally made sense. He was looking at a flawlessly executed masterpiece of human devotion. Ray opened the register and handed Arthur the $4,000. He then took the pawn ticket, ripped it in half, and instructed Arthur to take the ring home and hide it in a drawer until spring. Ray declared the debt completely paid. He permanently broke the financial cycle that was starving Arthur to death. We walk past people every single day, completely blind to the agonizing, invisible wars they fight to protect the dignity of the people they love. If Arthur's devotion left you speechless, wait until you hear about the night janitor who brought down a ruthless CEO simply by reading his trash. Click the video on your screen right now to hear his story. I'll see you there.